Hello, it's Dale here. Just following on from what I was doing with my teapot the other day. People have been asking me more about it. So that's the teapot, remember? That's the drawing, I think, that I did. Just got to find here. Anyway, that was the thing. That's one of the rub-ons. Remember, I printed it onto a plastic sheeting, the sleeve that you put your stuff in. And oh, there's my original. That's another one that came out. But I also did one onto some Tissue Tex Plus, which I have simply bonded to a piece of cardboard and stitched it. It's just very crude, but it's just to show you that it's the teapot and it will work. So if you're wondering about stitching on paper and onto card, it makes a nice little piece, whatever the image is. It's just a simple drawing. And then I decided I'd have a go with the sticky labels, which I've muttered about before. But I took all the labels off and I've used them. So it's the sheet that the sticky label's on. And that was the impression that came from ironing it, printing it onto here and then ironing it, with your hands, just working it. I didn't iron it at all. And that's the result, which I'm really pleased with that one. So that's the sticky label sheet, and I'm sure that if you have other sorts of plastic things, you could certainly try them. But I had somebody ask me about fabric. Would it work on fabric? And so I printed it again onto the surface, and as you can see, I'm working on our outside table, which has got ridges and lines, and sometimes you do things and your brain doesn't work out what you might be doing next. So you can see the lines from the table lines, but it's come out not too badly onto there. That's the second half of it, so I'll just see how that would go onto another piece. This is a piece of cotton poplin, and I would say any fabric would be interesting to use. So we'll just try again where we've got a flat surface, and I think it's probably too faded now, but we'll just try and see if it comes, and a little bit of the ink comes out. So of course you can add to it by adding colour in again. What I did here was just a little bit of distress ink onto it, put that green on, but anything you've got, your watercolours or whatever you're working on. Now that's very, very pale this time, but I'll show you what will happen. I've got a flat surface, I've got a folder to use instead. Having learnt my lesson, I think everything's about practicing and deciding. So here it goes onto here. That's the printout, and people have asked various things like that. It's two sides of the sheet. I haven't done anything else. All I did was cut the edge off so that it would fit comfortably through my printer. And remember, I'm using an inkjet printer, one that goes straight down rather than under and out. So it's just a very simple printer. I think it cost me $80 from from Officeworks. I've tried that before. And so I'll pop that down and let's see. The ink's still active. Just smoothing it out. And when you finish this, if you've stitched it or whatever it is that you're going to do, or wherever you put this idea, put it into your journal. But with fabric, when you've finished, if you wet it, it'll lift off. So you would want to seal it with some textile medium, or that's what I would do, or a matte medium or something like that. Sometimes I put the textile medium into a bottle with water 50-50 and spray it over the edge. But various things to keep it. Now let's lift it and see what's happening. And yeah, it's not too shabby at all. So there is on fabric, and this, as I said, is cotton poplin, but try it on any fabric if that's what you want to do. But like I said, if it gets wet, it'll probably lift the ink off, but you can paint it with a medium when you finish, just like anything else that you do on surface. So I hope that's given you a little idea. It's not a long video this time, but just furthering this experiment. And if you've done an experimenting like this yourself, please share it with me, because I'd love to know what I can play with next. So I'll see you again next time. Bye.